a fantastic family holiday at Farley Bay Caravans along the east coast of the UK. Simply like and follow the Marsdens Facebook channel. And that's it. You're in the draw. As soon as we reach 10,000 followers, we'll announce the winner straight away. The Marsdens channel is a family channel full of daily vlogs, music videos, parody sketches, and oodles of family fun. But remember, you've got to be in it to win it.
Hello!
Evening, Marsbar.
Hiya!
Hello.
You're right there!
Anyway.
Yes, so, I'm really excited.
Why are you excited, Kirsty?
So, tonight we're having homemade chips. Now, I could say they're twice cooked. So, I've kind of parboiled them in a pan, and then I've oven cooked them, and then I've air fried them, but then I've kind of warmed up in the microwave as well to melt the cheese.
Thrice cooked chips!
So I don't know how many times they've been cooked, but they look very nice. So we've got, do you want to show, Chris?
Oh, absolutely.
We've got,
yeah, I think this is the best one.
I don't have a bread bun, but you guys do. Yes. So it's got pulled pork and jalapenos and mozzarella and some onion rings.
It's lovely. That's mine there.
It's very nice. It's a bit carbolicious, but you know,
well, I don't care.
Chips, they're just potatoes sliced
You see,
and cooked.
all I've had to eat
oil.
today are pilchards and eggs.
Ooh, good for you.
And? Are you excited?
I am. I've kind of made it my mission to hunt down celebrity wines. I've even googled them the other night to see where I could get them from. And there's a lot on different winemakers' websites and things, which I'm not going to the trouble of ordering stuff. I'll just look in the supermarkets. If it's there, I'll get it.
Can I do my impression first?
Go on then. So Chris is going to do an impression of whose wine I've bought tonight.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited you've joined us here for the show tonight. I'm so excited.
It isn't quite.
Mrs. Doyle.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not quite.
He was on that show. He was on that show. Okay, take it away, Kirsty.
So tonight's wine is brought to you by Mr.
Graham Norton, yeah.
There he is. There's his little face, and there's a cheeky chub.
Oh, hang on, I'm trying to zoom in. Just 1 second. It's hard to zoom in. So there.
Yeah, so there's Graham Norton's very old Sauvignon Blanc. Graham Norton.
There he is.
So I was on a mission to find that. And do you know it makes me laugh because every time I watch Graham Norton, you probably do as well, notice his big sorry, hang on. Put that bit out.
Big, no, we'll leave that one in. He's big, large what?
Glass
There we go.
of white wine sat right behind his left shoulder. So it would be on that side.
So it's
And
like that.
Yeah, and I just can't stop staring at it because it just looks like, oh, I just want to drink some of his white wine.
Yeah.
And he never maybe once in a blue moon has a little sip, but that wine just needs drinking, man.
He just holds it and speaks to his audience every now and then, and that's
I did see him drinking the other night. I was like, good on you, there's somebody else to drink their drink. But I'll be telling you now, Graham, if you're eyeing up my wine, it will be decreasing over the evening.
Yes. Hands off the wine.
Off. And I haven't even tried it yet.
No, actually, yeah, because it could taste like trash.
I doubt it. It's 13. I think it's 13%. It's a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, the best place to get Sauvignon Blanc. 13%, and I like Sauvignon.
And why is it a Graham Norton wine?
I don't know.
Why?
He's got his name on the label, Chris.
Yeah, I know, but
Maybe does he drink? Graham, if you're watching, is this what you drink on your show? Is this what I'm staring at on a night?
it's Graham Norton's own.
There we go. I'm going in.
Go for it.
That is amazing.
It says
Smell
here,
that before, as I was
it's a stunning complex vintage. I do.
So nice.
I do hope you find this as an enjoyable to drink as I did. Cheers!
I think that's probably the nicest Sauvignon Blanc I've ever tasted.
Let me have a quick
It's
taste.
really fruity and put dry. Oh, it's lovely. Thumbs up from me.
Oh, that is so full-bodied.
I'd leave you in the seat. What's the seat called that he tips back? The seat.
The chair.
The chair. You can sit in the chair. I like your wine. He does have a rosé as well.
Yes.
I'd already picked the white up and I thought, oh, £2 off. It was £7 instead of £9. Then I thought, oh, there's the rosé. And that was still £9. But I thought, well, we'll try the white tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's very enjoyable. It's very fruity.
Look, see how
very
much wine's
crisp.
gone down already.
Look at that.
That's how you do it.
Already.
Can we?
Look at that.
Otherwise the chips are gonna have to go in the microwave.
Yes, we're going to have to eat. We're literally going to be back in a flash because we've got a rather exciting evening of memoirs, stories, just like Graham Norton. We've got memoir stories and photos of our trip to California. Wow.
I'll tell you some funny tales.
Yeah, some good ones.
Oh, a lot.
Oh, yeah.
No, it doesn't even stop at that part. No, not that part.
No, not that one.
It's gonna stop. No.
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 There's more.
It's like when you go
I need
to
an ice
it leaves
bucket
out
filled
50
with ice.
trails.
My wine's gonna go. We've got an
I'll
ice
leave it
bucket.
outside, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's cold enough. Right. Cinema, eat. So, as promised, we're going to take you down memory lane, our memory cul-de-sac, if you wish, as we take you to California 2018. It was 2018. 2019.
Oh my god.
We've forgotten what year we're in.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's 2022 right now.
Well, let's face it, we've all missed a year.
Maybe we should do away with years and just blend into one
Yeah.
big lifetime.
So let's start you off with Disneyland. This is Disneyland, California. And these are two funny characters. When you walk through the doors, they're there with their big ears.
Statue of them just
And their
stood
novelty
there.
ears as well.
Do you know what Dad actually said? Me and Holly, we walked through the gates and we said, oh, we've got to get a pair of ears first.
Obviously.
Hang on, Dad and Ben. And Dad's like,
So,
what?
no!
You don't have to get a pair of them. And we did take a while choosing because,
It's about
believe
half
me,
an hour.
there are a lot to choose from. And they were like, how much were they? About 28?
22. I remember $22 each.
$22 too much.
Oh, they're amazing. But you know what? I don't think it matters which pair you choose because then you're constantly looking at everybody else is thinking, oh, but they're nicer. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, I like that one.
I was pretty satisfied
I
with mine.
spent
That's
like
just
the
you.
whole time, the whole 3 days, eyeing up other people's ears, thinking maybe I should have got them.
Maybe.
You know, it's just I'm always like that. Whatever I buy, I look at if it's trainers or clothes. I'll always look and think I should have got something else.
Okay, this is me and Ben, and
gosh.
Ben took about 42 years to take that stance and that pose.
You see how Dad's trying to hold him still?
I was. Very firm grip on both of those elbows. And then we almost got run over by a flaming taxi cab thing that went by.
You know, just looking at that image now, doesn't it? And thinking back to how I felt when we walked through the gates into that little area there, that little square. It's almost like in The Wizard of Oz, you know, when it turns into colour.
Yeah.
It comes out of the house and it's like, it's like that, isn't it? All of a sudden, it's like this magic, captivating aura just comes over you. It's like, oh my goodness.
I can't wait for those
Life's never
kind
the
of...
same again after you've
I know.
stepped in
Can't wait for those days to return, really can't. It's just great.
there.
So next we have
Oh.
Happy Times. So this is we wanted a funnel cake, didn't we?
Yeah.
We was like,
We didn't know what that was.
Well, we wanted a snack because we were so like techy. You
snack.
just kind of picking little things, don't you, during the day because you haven't really got time with all the queuing for the rides. It's like, what have we got time to eat? Oh, let's just go and get a snack. Funnel cake. Oh, that's that. Yeah, I think I've heard that in a film before. Should we get 2 and we'll share?
And even the woman behind the counter went, "Sorry, honey, you want 2?" It's like, all right. And then
Yeah.
she brought
Now
us 2.
looking back, it's like we were asking for.
So funnel cake, if you don't know what funnel cake is, it's almost like it's waffle / donut dough, fried, double fried, and then it's presented as a cake. And then there's a whole jar of jam, which is poured on each funnel cake, and then a whole can of squirty cream.
The cream isn't proper cream.
No.
It's not like
Squirty cream.
proper whip. No, it's not even proper
Yeah,
squirty
it's thick cream.
It's kind of like
cream.
it's got like a slimy, thicker texture. It doesn't melt because like normal whipped cream would melt. It doesn't melt. It's almost got that funny. I know what it is.
Oh,
I've
it's
had
like
it
that buttercream type
Yeah,
thing. Ugh.
it's the most sickliest of creams that just doesn't go away. And the more we were eating it, it just wouldn't go.
So I had a root beer, Mum had a Pepsi Max, Holly had
I don't even know.
a water or lemonade.
I had a smart orange.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
this is-
that's us before tucking in. Hey guys, let's eat this funnel cake. Oh my good lord, it was
just
Right. It just looks like we mashed it up.
Yes, go for it.
Hold on. It's basically we're going up to the counter and we're saying, "Hi, can we have 20 birthday cakes?" And then 2, it's oh no, I forgot what I was saying. 3 was we basically just did this to it.
Yeah.
It just looks like we mashed it up. It doesn't look like any of it's gone.
It looks like a kid's school dinner, doesn't it?
And the number 6.
Can I go now?
Yeah, and the number 2 thing I was gonna say was, who invented this?
Yeah, Mr.
and Mrs. Funnel.
Yeah.
Probably, you'll probably find that.
We were so sick after that. Well, it wasn't sick, but we felt like we wanted to.
It's quite funny actually, because you sat a while and laughed about it, and then it was like, do you know what? I might just have another little bit.
Okay, now that statue, how hot was that? It was about 102 Celsius.
Yeah. And if you look at the statue that we always put our things in Ibiza.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just came over. You've got to take that photo quick, otherwise your arm will ignite.
Yeah.
Like,
so hot on that statue.
So that's Mr. Walt Disney.
Yeah. There he is in all his
Mickey.
glory, and Mickey.
Yeah, I like his little tank top. I didn't notice that before.
That's good, isn't it?
tank top, Mum, that's just a jumper.
Yeah, it's a tank top.
It's like a waistcoat jumper.
Yeah, it's called
It's a tank top.
That's what it's called, a
That's what it's
waistcoat
called.
jumper, tank top.
Tank top.
I used to have one of them in secondary school. I used to love my tank top. I think that's why I've just taken a fond shine to it. It's just brought back memories.
Okay, next. Oh yeah, everything in America is big.
Yes.
And that was, I mean, you look at the, oh, well, look, that's perspective, that is. They've taken that camera, naturally, no, it was that big.
That doesn't do its justice. It was way bigger than it looked.
That was
huge.
downtown California. Downtown California.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Sorry,
Is it Downtown Disney?
Yeah, I thought it sounded wrong. Downtown Disney.
Downtown California.
Downtown anyway. But the lady said, what size pizza would you like? So we looked at all the different sizes and she was explaining what size pizza was for what, that, this, that and the other. It wasn't like a family deluxe or something, but we thought, do you know what, we'll get it because we can always box them up and take it away.
But we didn't, we ate it
all.
They all went.
We even got the boxes at the side of us ready and waiting, but no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that, but it was delicious. It was so good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Okay, Mum, take us through this. Where's this?
So this is Union Station. It's Union Street? No, just Union Station.
Yeah.
Which is a very famous station in Los Angeles, in the centre of Los Angeles, which is used for loads and loads of films. If you Google it, you'll find Union Station. You'll see what films have been set there.
Batman.
And if you look right down at the bottom where those crisscrossy lights are, there's like a little light. There was a stand down there where somebody could help you if you were lost and you wanted directions and stuff. And that's where, if you watch Happy, what's he called? Little happy guy.
Yeah, the happy
Pharrell
guy.
Williams.
Pharrell Williams.
That's it. He actually uses this station. He uses this station a lot for the scenes in his video. There's one in that area down there. And I think underneath as well, in the bits where it says directions to the south or the north, or exits of the actual platforms underneath as well, he's in there. And if you look at Happy's video, it's all in Hollywood, on the streets and stuff like that.
Catch Me If You Can was filmed in the bank, which we have got a photo, which is not showing you on that one, but we've got a photo of that, the bank's place.
There was a guy literally just to the right where that guy is there in the fluorescent jacket. There's a guy playing a piano, wasn't there?
It was really good.
Really nice.
Can I also add something?
Yeah.
Add something to this. So from Union Station, we were going to get, was it an Uber or a taxi?
Well, we could have got an Uber straight from Anaheim to Santa Monica, but I said, let's get the train from Anaheim to Union Station and then get an Uber to our hotel, which wasn't too far away, because then we get to see different aspects of the area, don't we? And we really wanted to visit Union Station just because it's so famous. So, and it was really good, wasn't it? Using different transport. We went on the double-decker train, the Amtrak.
Amtrak's, yeah.
I'm forgetting how to say it.
I'll continue what I was saying. When we went to ask, oh, what do you recommend getting, an Uber or a taxi or a train?
I thought you ask the Italian place, I thought.
No, we were asking. The woman looked like she was going to throw up.
Yeah, well, we were back down at that bottom section that I'm talking about. We were asking for directions, weren't we? And she was like, Yeah, did you remember the way she was talking to
Yeah.
you? I don't know. Okay. So yeah.
I genuinely thought that we were going to get covered in...
We just kind of walked up into that area there, didn't we, with our suitcases in. Oh, we're like, oh, no, taking pictures everywhere. And there's like big security guys walking past, and we're just like on our little jollies, weren't we? Take a picture.
Okay, so from the train station, we exited the station and we got an Uber. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't an Uber at all. It was
United Taxis.
United Taxis. Yeah, and that is Franco, and he appears in our video for Can't Stop the Feeling, and he did an amazing job at the ooze. Ooh! Yeah. And he was such a great guy. He was fascinated in Yorkshire puddings, of all things. Yeah. And I've got to get me one of those Sunday roasts. When I'm in England, I'm going to get me one of those Sunday roasts. Yeah. He was absolutely, and he loved his real ale, and we talked about.
You were talking about
beer and ale.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Lovely guy, really nice guy to speak to.
Wait, go back Holly. To that thing. Go back. If you look through Dad's sunglasses, you can see me and Holly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looking at that, yeah.
It's just like,
brilliant. Okay, next is Barney's Beanery. While she's talking us through this, I'm going to get some more ale.
Oh, Barney's Beanery. It's just off 3rd Street in Santa Monica.
3rd Street Promenade.
We wanted somewhere just to sit in and eat and drink, so we could just wait and try and spot Karolina Paczenko, didn't we? This is we had 3 days in Santa Monica. Yeah. We thought hopefully out of these 3 days we'll get to see Karolina Paczenko.
Day and night.
She performs on 3rd Street playing a violin. So this was day 1, which we didn't get to see her.
It was Friday.
An amazing meal. This is kind of like outside this bit, wasn't it? It was outside in a covered shelter.
Yeah.
But inside, oh, it was such a typical American bar. It's amazing. Have you got any pictures of that? Have you?
No, not on this one.
It was like how you'd imagine it, you know, like a film with all the seats like rowing the
There was
whole
lots of
bar.
TV screens.
And there's like TV screens everywhere. And it was amazing, wasn't it? It was such a good atmosphere.
And like, was there license plates and stuff on there?
Yeah,
and on the walls. And pool tables and
hangout
snazzy little things on the wall.
And I've got myself an ale right now. My wife went out and bought me a keg of Doom Bar today, and I thank her dearly for it because I love Doom Bar. I can drink it till the cows come home, and I had an amazing. Not the cows can come home. I had an amazing. I mean, California is amazing brewer county. It's just great, and they have some amazing ales, some pale ales, some Indian pale ales, and it was just lovely, really nice. Yeah, it was fun. I loved being over there just because of the ale. I can get away with that. And I'm actually on that photo there, I'm wearing the same top as I'm wearing tonight, because I knew we were talking about California tonight. So this is the end of Route 66. Well, not really, is it, Mother?
No, you see, when I saw that, I thought, oh wow, that's the end of Route 66. But actually, when you Google it, they put that there for a tourist purpose, so people could take photos and say it's the end of Route 66. I'm pretty sure the end of Route 66 is actually on Santa Monica Boulevard, which is where we stay. Santa Monica Boulevard is miles and miles long. It leads out of Santa Monica right through into Los Angeles, and I think the original end of it is somewhere up there.
Right.
But because obviously people aren't going to gather along main roads and stuff, they put the end trail there so people can have photos taken.
So that's Santa Monica Pier, and we were on the big wheel. The big wheel. And it seemed like a couple of days we were up there.
Well, we thought we'd only go around once or twice, like you do, 3 times, maybe 4 times. And every time we kept getting down to the bottom, we're like, right, we're going to get off now.
Then look.
No, they took us round again. It was like, we kept thinking, do we have to ask to get off?
Yeah, genuinely, like, you just kept going.
I think, actually, if you look right over there, in fact, I don't know if it's that one, or just a little bit behind my parting, there's a hotel.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There's a hotel called Shutters on the Beach, and it's a really famous, expensive hotel where you get like Cameron Diaz and all the rich like stars, surfy stars who go and hang out there. We never actually walked down to there last time, so next time we go we'll have to have a little look. Yeah, Shutters on the Beach.
Here on Santa Monica Pier there's all manner of street performers and entertainers. This is Mr. Elastic that would only perform if you put money into his bucket, until I thought, well, I'll tell you, I'll put some money into his bucket. I put coins in, he did nothing.
I know, we stood there waiting. It was like putting money into like a little slot machine, wasn't it? And then standing back and waiting for like, what's he going to do?
So I put a couple of coins in, he did nothing. Someone put a note in and he moved like a good one.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll tell you what, brilliant, I'll take a photo. And then a lovely couple of ladies decided to walk in front of me. It's really nice of them. Thanks, ladies. You know who you are. Also, whilst we were in Santa Monica, Mum managed to get some, I'll show you here.
Yeah, we managed to get some sand off the beach just over there, and we brought it home and put it in a little did have alcohol in that, didn't it?
It did, yes.
My sister one Christmas, we put it
But
in
that's sand.
Genuine Santa Monica
Genuine sand.
I know, it just fits in there perfect, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, we actually put it in a water bottle.
In the sand of Santa Monica Beach.
We actually kept the sand in a water bottle.
We did.
An empty water bottle throughout.
Travelling home.
Yeah.
Not the only thing that we kept.
Oh, we've got a few of them. Holly's got one as well.
I've got, yeah.
A dollar bill. And also something else, but we're not going to show you that yet.
Yeah, we'll show you that in a minute.
Show you that in a second.
When it makes sense.
First off, we'll move on.
Now that looks like we're really underneath the Hollywood sign.
We are.
But that is actually a picture at Universal.
It is indeed, yes.
So that anyone who doesn't get a picture with the Hollywood sign naturally can actually stand under there and look like they're there. But we did take our own Hollywood signs as well, didn't we?
We did.
As you will see now.
Not as good as that. I think that's...
I think ours is better because you actually see it in the background. It's real, it's live.
Yeah.
I should live in a little house there, look, propped up on the...
Wow.
I would love it. I would love it. I would hate it.
So that picture there was straight after the tour.
Yeah.
So you took a step off the tour vehicle and
at Universal
Studios, and you had that taken as soon as you got off the ride, which was great, and does the job, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
On the way back from Universal, we couldn't wait to order our next Uber driver, and that was Beverly, and she was or is a comedy writer, script writer for loads of different comedy series across America, and she writes concept comedy scripts. So she writes situation comedies or extended versions of scripts of TV shows, and she just sends them in. If they use them, she gets paid. If not, she doesn't get paid. But great, lovely lady.
Everybody in America had a job, and then they did an Uber driver as a side job.
Yeah. We didn't. Our first Uber drivers, we were asking at the hotel, weren't we? Should we? Because the taxis are really expensive, and we asked the guy at the Ambrose Hotel about Ubers.
Oh, yeah.
What are they like? Are they safe? He went, absolutely.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he seemed to answer absolutely to every question we asked him.
And every other staff
anything like we'd go, okay, thank you, absolutely. But he obviously encouraged us to Uber drive, and he said it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
Absolutely.
And seriously, after that, we just found a kick getting Uber drivers, because every Uber driver had a tale to tell, a story. Didn't
they were great.
And, it was like live entertainment, sat having you drive to the next wherever we were going. Not up there. Crap.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, it was. She couldn't find us at first either.
No.
Oh, that was quite funny. We were at Universal.
Where are you, honey? This is the third time I've driven past you, and I can't see you.
we were waiting to get picked up from Universal, and we were standing at a specific point. I don't think we were being specific enough.
It was just outside the gate.
I could hear you were on the phone with her, and she was like, "I can't
So this is a hummingbird that we just saw per chance. We were having some ice creams and you were on the phone to your mother.
I was, yeah.
She was she abroad at the time?
No.
No, I can't. No, I think she was in England. And we were just chatting, we just had our ice creams, and I said, oh my goodness, there's a hummingbird! Never seen a hummingbird ever in my life.
Yeah.
Never,
We've slowed it down for you. You can see every flap of the wings as it's it's like a bee, isn't it? It's getting all the nectar from the flowers. It's really weird.
It's so cute, and you can't see any legs or anything, can you? It's
no.
like a body.
And
with
as our cousin Riley was saying the other day, apparently their tongues are really long.
Yeah.
And they go down the plant to get the nectar.
So they like hover above the bud of the flower thing, and then they can get the nectar out.
Oh, that's lovely.
Reminds me of teaser.
Anything cute reminds you of teaser.
Yeah, it does, with a little face. A little face.
Next, whilst we were at Universal, this was amazing.
Oh.
That is such a great photo as well.
That is really clear, isn't it?
We watched the Waterworld show, and it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Funny. The setup for the whole thing, when you enter the auditorium, they sprayed people with water and they said, this is what's going to happen. You are going to get wet.
Don't you just hate that? It's like going to a pantomime or a theatre, isn't it? And you think you've got the best seats, and all of a sudden you're in the seats where you're going to get wet, where they're coming down with the water pistol, and it's like, or throwing like the water bomb. Yeah. You're like, no. I was like,
for those people that don't know or haven't experienced getting wet before, this is what it's like. And they got the hose out and just sprayed all the people.
So then just you
they actually did.
Oh, thank goodness. Just 2 rows behind.
And if you think you're safe for the back, here we go. Here's yours. Whoosh. It was so funny. And then
I don't want to give too much away, but something unexpected happened at one part. It was
that aeroplane. Was it an aeroplane?
Don't give too much away.
I can't even remember it.
It was, I know.
But there were real actors as well. Actresses. Wasn't she from Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Proper actress, and I can't remember who the others were, but it was amazing.
Back onto the getting wet thing, I'm not surprised that they had a bunch of buckets on the back row and they just pulled like
that must be hard for them
press the button.
Must be hard for them to do, because they have to do everything in like one great big take, don't they? I suppose in a film you stop-start,
but you must expect to get wet, because the whole thing is called Waterworld. So it's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it, really? But it was brilliant, and that used to be Miami Vice. It used to be the scene for the Miami Vice, and then that shut down and Waterworld took over, and it's been there ever since, and it is just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
Phenomenal. Clever, isn't it?
Phenomenal.
And there he is again, our Harrison Ford.
There's Harrison, bless him.
I know, you can't not see Harrison Ford's star, can you? So we're all stood there with our tootsies.
They told me to, you guys told me to literally do this. Like stand around it. I was like, what?
You see, a lot of people say, like that part of Hollywood is a bit downtrodden and a bit this, that and the other. And in a way, it kind of is a bit cheaper than like your Rodeo Drive side, because there's so many little shops along the side of there which are just amazing. They've got loads of like cheap hoodies in and cheap t-shirts in, but which is perfect.
Can I just say,
wanting souvenirs, you don't want to pay like hundreds of dollars, you know what I mean?
You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars. It's like Skegness on a hot day.
Camera front. But it's great, because we were just like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at that. And I think I got my sandwich from there. And there's loads of people up and down that sidewalk there trying to sell you a ride into Beverly Hills to see all the posh houses, weren't they?
Yeah, bless them.
Come with us, we'll show you this.
We'll show you this. You in the middle of nowhere?
No, thank you.
Leave for dead. Whilst we were in Hollywood, we stopped off at this place, which is the Four Seasons. Is that right?
Four Seasons Hotel, the Reed Bev Will.
Okay.
Do you remember from Pretty Woman? I think they've dropped
Beverly Wiltshire, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they've dropped the regional, haven't they? So it's the Beverly Wiltshire Hotel on Rodeo Drive.
So that's the reception area. Kirsty, tell us, how luxurious is their lift?
Well, I'll skip the bit where we were in the restaurant, and I'll move to the bit where we were leaving. I'll do it in reverse order. So as we were leaving, I said, oh, can I just wouldn't it be great to go up in the lift and go to one of the floors and actually see maybe some of the room doors and stuff. So I got in the lift and I pressed whatever floor number and nothing happened, and then I thought, oh right, okay, so I tried to open the door again and the door wouldn't open. Oh my goodness, I'm stuck in the lift in the Reach Bev Will. And after a bit of fiddling around with the buttons and pressing this, that and the other, I think the door opened. I was still on the ground floor and there was a kid staring at me. I was like, so I got out and I was like, I don't know what happened there. I thought I was locked in. Oh my goodness. And then I saw somebody else go in and then disappear, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try it again. I think it was just a fluke.
Back on it again, Mum.
I tried again. Pressed a different floor. Nope, wasn't having any of it. So I was locked in again, eventually got out. What I think you need is a key card.
Yes, I think you do.
Because,
either that or the key to Richard Gere's room.
You need a special key card or code for the actual lift, so you can't just get in the lift, press a room number, a floor number, and off you go. There were some steps. I think I walked up a few little steps and then looked over like a little mini balcony. But yeah, that was funny. Here's me thinking, oh, I'll just go upstairs.
I'll just go to the penthouse suite.
Like you used to when I worked in a hotel. Nope.
Yeah, you might have got good access to it if you said that I actually worked in a hotel.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pretty Woman, what drink is that, Kirsty?
That's my Pretty Woman cocktail. I think it was about $28. I'm sure it was 28. It wasn't 18, was it?
I'm sure it was 28.
I remember looking, before we went to California, I remember looking at the menu, and because I didn't realise you could actually just go into that hotel and have a drink in the bar. So I was amazed when I thought, yes, I can just go in and have a drink. So I'd already chosen what drink I was going to have. I thought I was going to have a Pretty Woman cocktail, and I think it was about $28. Oh, it was so nice, and I've still got the rose.
Do you want to show them?
Yep. It's kept in there.
It obviously looks a bit sad now.
Oh, look at that. So there is my Pretty Woman rose out of my cocktail. Look how beautiful and green and red it was.
There it is.
Yeah, that's my, I've kept it. It's dried up. Obviously I travelled home with it and it was getting a bit dry, so I keep it in a little pot in our Mars bar. Pretty Woman.
How was your Pretty Woman cocktail?
It was amazing, Chris. What do you reckon?
Well,
absolutely beautiful.
Can we just say, this is the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. This is like 5-star hotel, luxurious hotel, and the waiter, they could not have been nicer, made you feel warm and welcome. You take as long as you want, guys. You just sup it up. You sup it up. The selection, the food selection we had was amazing.
Oh yeah,
it was so filling.
The food was quite reasonable as well.
In fact, your cocktail cost more than the food.
Did. We had like a platter with cheeses and hams and things to share, and we even left.
20 quid.
I can't believe it. We even left some.
We did.
We left some on that board.
We did.
I remember thinking, we can't leave food here.
I know.
The food is so full.
So Ben is right. There's the dessert.
Yeah, so he comes over with that and we're like, and now what do you expect us to do? Choose?
We actually chose that one.
Yeah, that bomb thing at the end.
Yeah,
we just all tucked into it, didn't we? I think you guys had a bit of it.
It was, yet again, beautiful.
Don't they look gorgeous? If I had to choose a different one, I'd probably go for the one next to it as well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I don't know about that yellow and green one. What
it looks like some sort of jelly.
Yeah.
I don't know. And there is Mum sat at the counter where Pretty Woman sat.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether they actually did use that bar, did they, in the film? Or did they?
Sure, I don't know. It might have been revamped since then, but tell us about the dress that you're wearing.
Yeah, well, you see, in Pretty Woman, she wears a brown, white, spotty dress when she goes to the races. So I saw this outfit when I was in New Look walking through one day, a few months before I went to California, and I thought, oh, I have to get something like that because she wore like a spotty outfit, and it just reminded me of the film and this, that and the other. So I just left it anyway. I don't think anything more of it. And then a couple of weeks before we actually went on holiday, I was in New Look again and I saw it reduced on, like, because different stock had come in, it was reduced, and I was like, oh, I'll have to get it. It wasn't even that much to start with, and I didn't really, you know, it's one of those things that you thought about getting, but then it plays on your mind, oh, I should have got the outfit when we go. So the fact that I saw it again reduced was like, right, to sign. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's probably a size too big. They didn't have the size that I probably would have chosen, but to be honest, it's nice and roomy, you know, when you especially in America when you've got funnel cake and cocktails.
You can grow into it.
Yeah, I can grow into it, so, and it's nice and comfy. So I got it. I thought I'm gonna have to get it because it's Pretty Woman style, isn't it? I know it's not the exact colour, but you know, make it your own. So yeah, oh, I was just in the element there. I was in awe. It was amazing.
This is Kirsty, Pretty Woman. And look where the arrow's pointing. Who do you reckon that is?
10 points if you can guess who it is. See, the waiter actually told us who was sat behind us. He went, I'm not supposed to really say anything, but...
Hang on a second. I'm not supposed to say anything, but hey, honey, take a look over your shoulder.
I'm like, who, where, which one, which one? And
there he is. Who is it?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Probably gonna get that waiter fired now.
Oh, bless him.
No, he wouldn't. So
nah.
He was sat there with his crew, all having a big chin wag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big bodyguard guys sat next to him.
And that was it. I just could not stop texting. And, oh my god, this, that, the other, what was that behind us? Oh my god, oh. But do you know what? There's something to be said for like leaving your devices alone, because I feel as though I spent the rest of the time sat there texting, you know, like telling people this and that.
Yeah.
Even though nobody was going to see it because of the 8-hour time difference and everybody was asleep.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I never thought about that whole at the time. I know, but there he is.
But we didn't want to go up to him because it would be intrusive, and he probably gets it all the time.
Yeah.
And Kirsty actually then decided, I'll Google him. I'll see what. Oh, actually, let's not go and ask him, because did you know he got into a little bit of trouble when he was younger, and he ended up in jail, and he did all this. Oh dear.
I'd heard about his name, but I didn't know really what he was in, so I sort of googled him as I'm sat there thinking. I went from like, wow, it's Mark Wahlberg to
He was Mark Wahlberg.
Stay away, it's Mark Wahlberg.
But and when they left, he left his water bottle on the table, didn't he? And we're like, has he gone yet? Has he gone? Oh, he's gone. Holly, he's left his water bottle. Should I go and get it? Should I go and get it? We went, no, don't be silly. And I think I remember eyeballing this water bottle as we were walking out the restaurant, like, oh, didn't somebody move it?
No, he came back
for it.
And he went and got it.
That's
it's a good job you didn't get it, because he came back for it. Where's my hot water
Oh,
bottle?
Could you imagine? Can you imagine? All of a sudden I turn around with his water bottle in my hand and he's like that.
It was only like a plastic.
I've seen you googling me.
It was only like a plastic disposable water bottle, but he came back for it.
Oh dear me. So funny.
Yeah, and that's when I decided to go in the lift. Maybe I was trying to find his water bottle or something. So yeah, so we left the Beverly Wiltshire Hotel in absolute awe. You know, you feel like a little kid being dragged out of a sweet shop and being dragged out of a toy shop and then being dragged out of
It was kind of my fault because I wanted
Disney shop.
I kind of wanted to.
Yeah, because Holly's like, we've got to get back down to Santa Monica, and Ben's like,
Carolina.
I hate shopping, and Chris is like, we've got to get a taxi, and I'm like, let me just go in one shop, please. I think I went into some shop.
Yes.
Was it Guess or something? And like you go in and everything's like all of a sudden then I was thinking of masks. I was thinking I didn't have a mask on.
You thought that you weren't worthy of going into any more expensive
I walked in just to look around, and it's one of those shops that you see on movies where they've got loads of shelving and space. You could like put a whole estate in there of houses, but they've got items spread out like a mile between each other on a shelf. And you're like, oh, what's the price of that? Oh, what's it? Oh, I was doing Chris's like,
when you were in the hotel, you looked
here, and I'm like, I haven't even looked in more than one shop. And I kept thinking I will have to come back here and just go in more shops. Yeah. Not that I would ever buy. Actually, no, I did actually go into. I wanted to even just buy a pair of pants or something. What shop was it where they were really cheap?
You only went and Guess.
No, there was another one.
No, you went into another one. They were really cheap.
Cheap compared to Guess.
Was it Primark?
How do you know they were cheap?
Because Mum came out and said they're really cheap pants in there.
I thought you were looking at them.
Yeah,
no.
Said like loads of.
But then you did go in when we went.
Was it Calvin Klein or something like that? It was something like that, wasn't it? I just thought a
pants
pair
shop.
of thongs or something. But then they're like,
pants.
The taxi's here, the Uber's here. I was like, argh.
But then again, you did when we were in the Pretty Women Hotel. You went to look at the jewellery, and you said
there was a ring in there. Wasn't
there was,
there?
and it was. Oh, I was so tempted to get it because it was that cheap.
Wasn't it only something like how much was it?
We say cheap.
It's
California cheap.
I think it was cheaper. I think it was cheap because it was my price. Yeah, it was around about 200 mark.
No, I thought it was like $500, but then that would have been cheaper in pounds.
No, it was
considering it was a Pretty Woman Hotel.
Definitely around about the 200 mark, and I thought that's actually pretty decent. Though.
No.
We say cheap. It's LA cheap. But everything else in there was like 5,000. Bear in mind.
Yeah. So we quickly did a picture taken here, didn't we, on this rodeo drive?
And we filmed the scene
thing. But honestly, I do feel as though it was a glimpse. I wasn't there long enough I didn't walk up and down the street to see all the shops, because you're trying to fit everything in, aren't you? And it was, but then again, I left feeling amazed, like I'd been spun around on a pedestal, on like a whirlwind. It was like whoosh, let's go.
But then again, I'm sorry, but I'm happy that I dragged you away quite quickly, because we managed to actually end up seeing Karolina.
Yeah, we were clock watching and trying to predict what time Karolina Piotrzenko would be playing on 3rd Street, and we roughly guessed between 2 and 4. If I had have gone back on her Instagram a few years ago, I would have been able to see that she actually performs 2 till 4 p.m. Yeah, so to be honest, the whole day was just perfect. We left at the right time, we got back in Santa Monica at the right time, and then we arrived on 3rd Street for our final evening of hoping and praying that just to try and meet Karolina Piotrzenko, who had been watching playing the violin for months, not even realising she was in Santa Monica, not even realising we were near Santa Monica when we booked the California trip. And I said, oh, that's near where we're going, Holly, we could go and take a visit and see if we can see it.
Yeah, basically we got out the... wait, did we go back to the hotel first? Or did we just go straight? I think we went straight to 3rd Street, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we did,
And we got out, and we're walking down, and we're like, please, this is like the 3rd day of like...
I know.
Anyway, we were walking down, and then Dad starts legging it down the street.
This is where I come in. I thought, because the Bendy guy was there again, I was like, it's him again. You were running away, I was like, it's not that scary. And then Holly ran, I was like, is he that scary? I thought, because he was rolling, I thought you were like,
we don't want to see him again.
But
because they have lots of street performers, don't they? So you pass in one street performer.
The 3rd Street, it's like a street. It's a street for street performers basically. Everyone gets their licenses and they do their street performing there.
Yeah, they're all,
and there's like different slots,
respectable distance from each other, so that they don't impose on each other's sounds and act. And so we kept passing one act, and oh no, that's not her. Then you'd hear another, like a drummer. Oh no, that's not.
And then you hear back and track and be like, oh
no.
But Dad ends up legging it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's only one reason why I could be legging it.
I hear violins.
And then we heard it, didn't we?
And it was Despacito that she was playing, one of her most famous covers. So.
Yeah. And then we were just like starstruck.
Okay, so we ended up watching that first half an hour of her performance. She was already like a few songs in.
Yeah.
And we're like watching her, and I'm like, I can't breathe. Yeah. And then we were in the middle of writing a note, because she's got her tip jar like halfway between the path and the other side of the path, like in the middle. And we were writing a little note to put in the tip jar along with like a $20 note. And then she said that she was going to go on her break, and people were welcome to go and say hi and talk to her and take pictures with her. And so we rushed there.
Yeah, and Holly just looks like Holly was just completely silent. She just didn't say words. You're just frozen in time.
I really couldn't.
And we were like, oh, this is Holly, and she's been watching you, and she's been really happy.
I know, it was like you were like translating my thoughts.
I hate when there's nothing happening in like conversations. I just stare.
It was really awkward.
She's like, hi.
Holly, speak! You know when you plan, oh, what if I ever meet this famous person? What will I say? You have to do that.
You plan it and then you don't do it.
So for those that don't know who Karolina Piotrzenko is, who is Karolina Piotrzenko?
You can't even say her name.
I can't say her name.
Karolina Piotrzenko.
Piotrzenko.
She's now 12. She was 10 when we went to see her.
She's aged.
2 years, yeah,
wow.
It was 2 years ago. And she started playing the violin when she was 6 years old, and so at the time she'd been playing for 4 years. She street performs her pop music on 3rd Street Promenade, and gathers a lot of crowds, and people watch her, and she has a YouTube channel, and I think she just hit 2 million subscribers when we went to see her.
Yeah, she was on the Ellen show as well, wasn't she?
It was less than 1 million, Holly.
Was it about a few weeks, or was it 1 week before we went to see her? She was on the Ellen show.
Yeah, just before we went, So yeah, she's doing very well for herself. Yeah, very talented.
So then after we found Carolina and got a picture taken, we were all happy, yay. We watched the rest of her performance, which was again really, really good. But midway through her performance, there was this little kid who was trying to nick a violin. Insert clip here. And it was quite cute, but then he got taken away.
It was like this. Okay.
I went over and said, "Yay, we're going back to England tomorrow." That was not a yay. We're going back to England tomorrow. And then we went into a sweet shop because Ben loves sweets.
No, it's sour sweets.
Sour sweet shop. And I burst out into tears because I was so happy.
What did she?
And if you look now on Carolina's, on some of her
on Somewhere Over the Rainbow on her channel, you can see us in the background.
A spotty top, a spotty dress on.
And I what about us as well?
I was behind the trash bin, just like leaning on it, like looking.
This is the 40th photo in, because we just couldn't get the photo right.
Holly's still right at the top there. What happened? Why couldn't we get the photo right?
I don't know. There was just something about it. You didn't want...
It was a tiny table, I think.
It was a tiny table, but you didn't want the drink or that in background, or you didn't want that in the background, and it was just...
Blame it on me.
Yeah, well, I might as well. So, this was the only place that was... we were so hungry.
Yeah, this was from... We were in the Ambrose Hotel still. And instead of going back into Santa Monica, because we'd been in and out, we've got a free little shuttle ride from the taxi guy who owns the hotel, which was brilliant. He was out of beck and call, wasn't he? Part of the hotel service, we could just say we wanted to go anywhere in a 3-mile radius, and he would just take us for free. So we were like, "Can you take us to Santa Monica? Can you bring us back? Can you take us back? Can you bring us back?"
3rd Street every single night.
Yeah.
It was great.
So we thought, right, so last night, let's just see what's in the vicinity where we can just go and have some food. We walked past all these shops, and there was like one restaurant open with like one person in it. There was some like really, not dodgy, but just really quiet places. You know, when you think
there was
if it's that quiet, why do you want to go in?
There was a little cube building next to a petrol station, and it was called the Happy Bar. And we opened the door, and we just heard. It was the loudest place on planet Earth. We shut the door immediately and ran away.
Really bizarre, was it? Was it like a canteen?
Yeah.
It was about the size of this place.
Like, are we allowed in there, or but then we're like, do we really want to go in there?
And then we were like,
oh, let's just walk back. We're just going to get this taxi back into Santa Monica again. But then over the road, we saw lights on, and we thought, ooh, what's this? I think somebody actually recommended this place.
Yes.
Was it on the?
No, it was someone on the way, wasn't it?
It was somebody who stayed in this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It was people. Yeah.
We said there's a lovely little place just on the. It's basically situated on the parking lot, and it's a little Japanese restaurant. We were like, oh right, okay, yeah. Not realising we were going to actually be visiting there later that evening because nothing else was open. So we ventured over, didn't we? We went in down these little steps. It was the only place open. It was quite late. But what a struggle trying to order the food. I mean, fair enough, I'm in a Japanese restaurant and I'm English and she's Japanese, but it was just not happening, was it?
It wasn't. There was a definite language barrier there. We didn't know what we were ordering, but we had no help in the interim.
No.
You know, so what should we order? It's like, well, order food.
I thought it was like, you know, you go to a Chinese and you order a few dishes and then you share.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Came across quite easily. We ordered this and to share. It became harder and harder trying to explain what we were trying to say, and she was trying to tell us to do something. I mean, what is that? That's that broccoli.
Yeah, it was. It was broccoli.
It was quite raw.
Yeah, raw broccoli. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was lovely.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was. But what exacerbated the situation was she kept coming to the table going, "Have you finished?" Because they were closing up.
Yeah, because we were that late.
It was
and
really
I was getting really quite narky with her because she wouldn't understand me. She was getting a bit narky with me.
And as you can tell from that photo, she looks narky now.
And I've got 2 kids who are starving, and I'm just thinking, well, can we just have some rice and some spring rolls?
And you've got a photo where I'm sticking my tongue out.
Yeah, You
Yeah.
And then we've got a photo where it looks like a giraffe neck.
I mean, the people from this restaurant are watching. It was a gorgeous little restaurant, and you went, and the restaurant, the kitchen was right on show. And
It was, yeah.
And it was really nice. Had we been there a couple
I
of hours
remember it
earlier,
so well.
probably wouldn't have been such of a rush.
You kind of walk in, and then there's like a little step that goes down there, and then you go down. And it's like it's quite small.
It was like a little
it only goes down
corridor.
So this is the final day. It was the final morning actually that we were in Santa Monica, and
Venice
this is
Beach.
Venice Beach.
Yeah, we had a few hours to kill before going to LAX airport, and I said, let's go to Venice Beach. There's lots to talk about that place, and let's go see what it's all about. So we got the Uber, didn't we, Chris?
We did indeed. Brian was his name.
Yeah.
And Brian was yet again, like all the other Uber drivers, just so chatty and chinwaggy. And he talked to us about he just goes with the flow. He goes with anything that happens in his life. And was it his daughter or his son?
Yeah, he was talking about his daughter who was a teenager, and she had she had friends over for a birthday party and a sleepover, and all of a sudden, like, the fridge is empty. The kids had just raided the fridge for ice cream and this, that and the other. But he was so laid back. He's like, you've just got to let them do it. They're only young ones, and we provide everything for them. We do this, we do that. And he was so proud of his kids, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And the fact that
He totally
and
grew
how
up in
safe
Venice
they were in his home. He would rather them all have sleepover, like friends round there.
So he knows where they are.
Not particularly sleepover, but friends round in a house full of teenagers, even though they're trashing the place probably, than having them not knowing where they are, like say on the streets and lying and not being honest about where they're going to be.
Yeah,
so.
he also said he grew up in Venice Beach, and he used to go to the same place every weekend or whatever.
Yep.
Right. We're out in a restaurant in Sunzo Beach. There's a certain restaurant. Anyway, so there's a certain restaurant in West Hollywood, and they were out dining there with the kids. They'd been out for a meal, this, that, and the other. And he said he was sat talking to a gentleman for a good hour or so, and his wife was sat with the kids and this, that, and the other, and they were having a really good time. And then the gentleman got up and left, and his wife said to him, "Do you realise who you were just talking to?" He's like, "No." And she went, "That was David Beckham." He's like, "What?" So that was bizarre. He just didn't even realise who it was. So he'd been sat chatting to David Beckham for a
just
good hour.
goes to show that David Beckham doesn't drop his own name and drop names.
Was it in West Hollywood? He did say it was. He said the name of the restaurant. Was it a burger place?
Wendy's.
It wasn't Mark Wahlberg's. It was he's got a burger place.
Yes, yeah.
No, it was somewhere else. I'm sure it was something. He said the name of the place. Anyway, so he was dining out and just sat chatting to David Beckham without even knowing who David Beckham was. But it's a woman thing. His wife would obviously probably know who David Beckham is, probably more than he does.
So he dropped us off just outside this bar. People were gathering around because there was this parrot that was just
isn't it gorgeous?
At the edge of this bar, and he was talking away, and
it's huge, isn't it?
He was loving the company. He was loving the show.
Yeah, I think obviously belongs to the.
Yeah, he was like flying around, but he was so well behaved. He'd fly where he was told. He'd fly from one person to that fence, and everybody was like looking at him.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, isn't he? The eyes, they just don't look. We've got some of the pictures of him in the eyes. They look like marzipan, don't they? With like looks like a cake. Somebody could make.
You've really upped your game on that one, Mum.
Yeah, you look like an easy cake to make.
We found this lovely place at Venice Beach. It was absolutely
we had nachos.
Yeah, so we walked the whole length of Venice Beach, right down from the top end, actually, so Santa Monica end, right down to the bottom, and then back again. But I think we were actually quite early because it was just before midday. There wasn't many places open, so a lot of the shutters were shut. As you can imagine, a lot of the shutters had like graffiti on and things like that, and there was lots of boards and this. I mean, since then I've been watching German in Venice. If you ever check out his YouTube channel, he's so funny. Yeah, German in Venice, and he basically lives in Venice Beach, and he's been showing everybody around. He showed like the good sides, the bad sides, the homelessness, and how he was an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan and this, that, and the other. And he's really cool. So looking now,
you like my channel?
Yeah, looking.
You like my channel now?
So looking now at Venice Beach, really I'd like to go back and check him out because he's actually got a tattoo shop, hasn't he? Apparently. Yeah. So I feel as though I've learnt a bit more about Venice Beach since before I actually visited there. And I think we were quite early on in the day and a lot of places were shut and we were like, oh, there's not much going on here, is there? So we walked right back to the top of Venice Beach and we found this amazing little bar, and it was really sort of like it felt sort of like Caribbeanish, wasn't it? It was like a proper holiday. It was like somewhere you just have your little flip-flops and it was great, wasn't it? It just got complete contrast to the rest of the strip.
We had some nachos and I can't remember what I had.
A couple of wines.
Well, not me.
A couple of wines. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'd hardly ever drank wine out of a wine glass in America. I'm just looking at the picture on Barney's.
Yeah, it was usually pint pots.
No, they were usually just little straight or little round glasses, like you would have like a spirit or something in.
Yeah.
They were hardly ever a wine glass.
And on the way to the toilets, we haven't got the photo on the screen for us to look at, but when we were coming out of the toilet, after going to the toilet, we were looking at this sign. It was saying California or something like that. And we were like, oh my goodness, what is that? And there was like this fuzzy sort of thing on, like, it was only small.
In between one of the letters.
In between the letters. And we're like, what is that? We got a teeny bit closer and realised it was a spider.
Yeah, and apparently it was a jumping
spider. So we decided to get closer to have a proper look at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
But the, walking through those toilets, very porta cabin toilets, weren't they? They were so immaculately clean.
Yeah.
We went through that gorgeous little bar to get to the toilet, and then we saw this jumping spider sat on the
I must admit, at Venice Beach, the amount of homeless people though is just astonishing. It really is.
Like, we didn't really see any when we were there, but looking on German in Venice's YouTube, he's showing a lot of what's really happening down there, and it is quite sad, to be honest. When you think of, you don't imagine, like, California is like one of the most richy, glitzy places on the planet, but it's got such the opposite.
When you actually go there,
living there. And
in his words, he says, so many people come here to live the American dream, they end up living a nightmare, and it's just so true.
And even on like Hollywood Boulevard now, there's like tents everywhere. I mean, there's a few tents. We walked under a bridge with quite a few tents, didn't we?
We did.
But I mean, now I think, especially after the COVID pandemic and people losing businesses and jobs and homes, it's become so much worse. It's actually quite awful to look at.
Yeah.
I think if like we go again and see that, it's just going to completely
it would be really
hard
sad,
out, wouldn't it, to see how people just lying on the streets.
You feel bad for guys,
especially like lying on the, you see the stars, the Hollywood stars, the fame stars, people lying asleep on them. It's just like rags to riches. It's cruel.
So that was America in a nutshell. I mean, we've hardly covered absolutely anything at all in this video, but it was truly an amazing time, and we just wanted to go back instantly the moment we came back. We just wanted to go back.
Yeah. We have reasons for wanting to go back instantly.
I do want to mention Smart Orange.
Oh yes, me and Ben, I don't know if we have a photo to go along with it. Do you have a photo from California Adventure outside of the little Cars restaurant we had some burgers at?
No.
Okay. I'm sure we do somewhere. Ben, you know that water bottle brand called Smart Water? You see it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so Ben, I think I got one, and Ben had.
Said that, I pictured the logo. Is it like dark blue?
Yeah.
How funny!
And
Smart Orange.
And basically, Ben got did you get an orange?
Fanta.
You got a Fanta, yeah. And you tell it, Ben.
And we were sat, you know where the barrels were?
Yeah.
I went round and I was just like, oh my gosh, remember the Smart Orange? And I went the Smart Water thing, and then I made my own like jingle to Smart Orange.
So he created a new, what was it? Smart Orange, the new orange.
No, it was, it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, go sing it in front of the camera. You might know
Smart Orange. Wait, from the creators of Smart Water, introducing Smart Orange. It's gonna be alright.
It was funny at the time. You have to understand our humour.
There you go. Careful.
Yeah, just speaking of that little restaurant, that was great, wasn't it? That was in California Adventure, and it was The cars, like, it was a garage, wasn't it? You sat at the petrol pump and had your food.
Yeah, it's so good. And the cheapest place in Disneyland for burgers. It was quite reasonable in there.
I think the only place you could get a wine. I mean, I'm clocking these things, you know.
So we came back, and boy oh boy did we come back with an absolute thud, because we had the horrible, horrible journey from hell.
Speed it up because the camera's about to die.
Sorry?
Just speed talk because the camera's going low.
So we'd got off, what was it, a 10-hour flight?
Just got off a 10 and a half hour flight, and then we hit this road.
We sat and waited in London for a few hours.
Yeah.
Got a few prezzies at the airport, and then got on our, what was it, a 1 hour flight from Heathrow to Manchester.
And then we thought,
which was
yay,
the
we're
bumpiest ride ever. Oh my god.
And a screaming child at the side of me.
It was like, the whole ride back was like that.
Awful.
And it's like, there's no trolley coming home for a drink because we're going to land in a minute. It's like, there, we landed. And then, oh my goodness, it took us
about 6 hours.
Wasn't it 4 hours?
Well, adding up the time that we spent at Burger King waiting for food, we didn't care where we went for food.
It should have been obviously like a two hour drive back,
We
max,
were so
from the
hungry.
airport, from Manchester back to York, and we'd arranged to pick Teaser up at a certain time, and it was all going to plan until we got out of Manchester Airport in the car.
Was there any time we come back?
Oh no, we had trouble trying to find the car in the car park.
Oh, we couldn't find the car. Could not find the car. We've lost the car.
Because the journey there was also on there trying to park it. Do you remember?
It was.
We got directed to one car park, and that wasn't
We
our car
stayed in
park.
a hotel.
Our car park was a parking lot
We
in the
stayed
middle
in
of
a ho-
nowhere.
We stayed in a hotel the night before going to like on the aeroplane to go there, so we wouldn't have to drive around trying to find where the car park was.
Yeah.
We still took the same amount of
So
time.
the next morning we thought, right, just get the car park in the car, get the car in the car
Get the
park.
car park in the car.
That would have been easier then.
Yeah.
So then we just got lost and we just dumped the car somewhere. So obviously we're coming back, we couldn't remember where we dumped it. And the
Oh, and it was raining.
every little bit of the car park looks the same, and the little shuttle's going, where do you want to drop it off? Yeah, and it's raining, so it's all steamed up here. It's like,
Everything.
let's just get
honestly,
We're running around
identical.
trying to find a car in the rain, like, ah!
No, hang on 1 second. I think you'll find that you all stood in the shelter,
Yes.
and Muggins here had to go and run around the car park trying to find the car.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! We stayed in the shelter, and we were all like this.
awful, wasn't it?
You think about what Dad was feeling like.
And also, while we were getting in somewhere, we didn't know where to go to California. So Dad literally had to get out the car and go like where the sign was. He was like, "Whoa, whoa!"
Oh
stay
yeah,
off
jump
that."
at Jet Parks 3.
Yeah, he had to-
Trying to find it.
Do you know what I do? If you're ever going to fly from Manchester, leave your car at home, get a taxi to whichever,
airport.
Yeah, just get the train from your hometown to Manchester, and then the train back. It's so much easier, because then after we did find the car, hooray! We got out into rush hour in the most horrendous rainstorm ever, and it took 4 hours to get from Manchester to York, with a trip to Burger King in the middle.
That's the
where
only time
there
that I
was
would
one
ever eat
woman
fast food.
serving about 8 families.
That's the only time I'd ever eat fast
Horrendous.
food. We were desperate.
It was awful.
So that is, in a nutshell, our trip to California. As I say, it's in a nutshell.
And
It was so much fun.
We went for a week.
Yeah, we did.
I
Only went
know.
a week.
It felt like a week coming out.
But it was great. It was good. So thank you for allowing us to share our memories and our time with you. If you've liked what you've seen, you know what to do. You subscribe. That's what you do. Hey.
And you know what Dad needs to do? He needs to edit all of this. Ah.
Great. Thanks. Right. We'll see you on next time. Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.